In the world of Chateau YouTube, there are plenty of characters chasing the dream of restoring French castles. Some fill our screens with lavish parties and sweeping drone shots. Others focus on interior design and daily life. And then, there's Dan Preston. The man behind Escape to Rural France is different, quieter, more focused, and incredibly determined. Today, we're going beyond the walls of his chateau to uncover who Dan really is. The man, the mystery, the craftsman, the father, and the personal transformation that unfolded off camera as well. This is the story of Dan Preston. Before there was a chateau, or even a YouTube channel, there was a life in Hampshire, England. Dan trained as a chef and eventually moved to France with his then partner Annalise and their 2 sons. Like many expats, they were searching for something simpler, something more grounded, a rural life with room to breathe. Dan found work at Château de Chaumont, known to many from the Château Diaries, the channel run by Stephanie Jarvis. There, he wore many hats: gardener, handyman, chef. It was hard work, but it gave him skills and inspiration. Eventually, Dan and Annalise separated. There's no drama in how he talks about it, but longtime viewers know this was a turning point. Co-parenting in rural France, facing housing uncertainty, and maintaining the balance of work and fatherhood, it's not easy. But Dan kept going. Then came the chateau. In 2022, Dan bought the Château de Chaumont, not the famous one on the Loire, but a forgotten estate in the Creuse region. The price? Around 60,000 euros. The state of the place? Almost a ruin. The building had suffered a devastating fire in the 1980s. What remained were scorched walls, collapsing floors, and an almost mythic aura. But the real story behind the chateau made it even more special. During World War II, the chateau was used as a safe house for children fleeing, part of the heroic work of Ose and others who risked everything to protect lives. This history gave Dan's project a deeper weight. He wasn't just rebuilding walls, he was preserving memory. Dan's channel, Escape to Rural France, stands out for its honesty and pace. Just a man in overalls talking to the camera while removing debris, or for many, it's become a kind of therapy, watching something get better, bit by bit. As Dan's channel grew, many fans noticed something else. Dan himself was changing. He underwent a major dental procedure, something that transformed not just his smile, but arguably how he carried himself on camera. For a long time, Dan had visible dental issues, and while he never drew attention to them, the change was impossible to miss. After the procedure, viewers noted a subtle but noticeable shift. More smiles, more ease in speaking directly to the camera. It wasn't vanity, it was confidence, quietly reclaimed. It's a reminder that sometimes restoration isn't just for buildings, it's personal. Dan is fiercely private, more so than many in the Chateau community. But with public life comes curiosity, and over time, viewers began speculating about his relationships. After his split from Annalise, there were rumors of a possible romance with a woman named Cat, seen occasionally in Chateau videos. Some believe this may have coincided with his departure from Lalande, though none of this has ever been confirmed. There were also whispers about his dynamic with Stephanie Jarvis, his former employer and host of the Château Diaries. While the two clearly had mutual respect, there's no evidence of a romantic link, and both have moved in separate directions. Dan doesn't address these rumors, and perhaps that's part of the appeal. In a digital age where oversharing is the norm, his silence is refreshing. Today, Dan continues to work on Château de Chaumont, one beam, one brick at a time. His boys visit regularly, and you can feel how central they are to his life. He remains engaged with his audience, offering updates, practical tutorials, and glimpses into the slow rebirth of a forgotten place. He's not chasing subscribers, he's not trying to go viral, he's just doing the work. And maybe that's why so many people love him. Dan Preston's story isn't flashy, it's human. It's about second chances, silent strength, and the beauty of taking your time. Whether it's a chateau or a smile, restoration takes patience, belief, and care. If you enjoyed this deep dive, subscribe to Chateau Walls for more untold stories from France's grand old estates and the people who bring them back to life.